She's in the ICU, and Remy still hasn't said a word. That's where we are right now. What started as side eyes and silence at the BET Awards ended in blood on the floor and an ambulance at the back entrance. And now, Claressa Shields, Olympic gold medalist, undefeated boxing champion, is fighting for her life. But this time, not in the ring. The woman responsible? Remy Ma. Yes, the same Remy who once said, "I'm not one to be played with." And apparently she meant that. Backstage security footage has leaked, and it's uglier than anyone imagined. Claressa didn't even swing back. She never got the chance. One hit from Remy, and the footage goes black. And guess who was nowhere near the fight? Papoose. The man caught between two women, and now the internet is asking, was this over him? Or was this something deeper? If you saw your man building with someone new, someone younger, tougher, more vocal, would you snap too? Would you fight or walk away? The internet couldn't believe what happened next. And trust me, you won't either. Let's break it all down. It started with a look, not a slap, not a punch, just a look, one of those silent, lingering stares that only women in a love triangle understand. The BET Awards hadn't even gone live yet, and already, backstage energy was thick. You could cut it with a lace front edge brush. Remy Ma, dressed in a metallic silver gown, stood beside a BET producer looking dead at Claressa Shields, who was laughing in a corner next to Papoose. And it wasn't just regular laughing. It was that we got an inside joke kind of vibe. Too comfortable, too familiar. Remy tilted her head, didn't smile, just watched. And then she walked away. That was the moment everything started shifting. 3 weeks before the BET Awards, Papoose was supposed to be out of town. He told Remy he had a panel appearance in Detroit. But what Remy didn't know, or maybe just didn't want to admit, was that Claressa was also in Detroit that weekend. And not just passing through. She was hosting a private boxing seminar, and according to now-leaked footage from a small gym's Instagram live, Papoose was sitting front row, wearing a fitted cap, no security, smiling. A few days later, someone anonymously sent Remy Ma a screenshot. It was from an IG close friend story. Claressa, no makeup, just a hoodie, soft lighting, captioned, "When he pull up just to support you, no clout needed." Remy didn't reply, didn't post, didn't like or comment. But those close to her said she started asking questions. Real ones. Where were you really? Why didn't you FaceTime that night? What's going on with her? And Papoose? He had answers. He always has answers. He claimed it was just support, nothing more. That Claressa was like a little sister in the industry. A role model. That they were working on a youth project together for inner-city kids. But then came the DMs. And not the public ones. These were screenshotted from a hacked phone backup, leaked to a gossip blog that watermarked every image with a neon pink. Exclusives only. The DMs showed Claressa texting Papoose. "I know she's watching. Let her. She needs to know what it feels like. Don't worry, I'll act cool around her, but I'm done hiding." And the one that broke the internet. "You said I'm the only woman who made you feel like this. I didn't forget." Within hours, Remy deleted 2 of her Instagram posts. One with Papoose. One captioned "Real love wins." Fans noticed instantly. Y'all, she purging the gram. That's heartbreak behavior. Not Remy getting soft blocked by her own man. But Remy didn't speak publicly. She didn't make a diss track. She didn't clap back on Twitter. Instead, she kept quiet. And quiet Remy is dangerous Remy. By the time the BET Awards came around, everyone was on edge. Word behind the scenes was that Remy and Papoose were arriving separately for the first time in years. A stylist who worked the carpet said, "She didn't let anyone touch her makeup twice. She kept checking her reflection. She was trying to stay calm. But you could see it, she was ready." Meanwhile, Claressa showed up smiling, escorted by BET producers to her green room right next to Remy's. A coincidence? Maybe. Maybe not. Papoose? He showed up late, head down, sunglasses on. No comments. And now we get to the hallway. The moment. The tension had been simmering all night. Claressa posted a 5-second IG story showing herself in a BET mirror booth. In the background, Papoose's voice could be heard faintly saying, "We good? You look amazing." 2 minutes later, that story was deleted. But too late. Someone's screen recorded it. That's when everything cracked. A BET staffer said they heard shouting coming from the dressing room hallway. Not just arguing, glass shattering, wall punching shouting. According to leaked walkie-talkie transcripts between BET security. Guard 1. "Yo, Remy's out her room. She's heading straight down." Guard 2. "Where's Papoose?" Guard 1. "With Claressa. This ain't good." Guard 2. "She's running, bro." Guard 1. "Oh, sh*T. And then, impact. The leaked footage is grainy. No sound, but it's enough. Claressa is seen leaning against a hallway wall, texting. Remy comes into frame fast, not running, but charging. She points, then grabs Claressa by the shoulder. A struggle. Claressa tries to push back. And then, Remy lifts her right hand and swings. Claressa goes down. Hard. Her body crumples near a wall mirror. A chair flips. Someone runs into the frame screaming. Remy steps back, hands up, like she's saying, "I warned you." Then the video cuts. What the footage doesn't show is what happened after. But eyewitnesses filled in the rest. They say Claressa was barely conscious. She was bleeding from her ear. Her speech was slurred. A female BET producer reportedly cried when she saw the damage. This wasn't just a fight. This was rage. I've never seen someone hit like that outside a ring. Paramedics were called, but quietly. No sirens. BET wanted to avoid scandal. Claressa was wheeled out the back door on a gurney, eyes closed, one hand twitching. And Remy? She didn't leave. She sat in her dressing room, in silence, until LAPD arrived. When asked what happened, sources claim she calmly said, "I told him. I told her." Nobody listened. She was handcuffed without resistance. No tears. No panic. Just silence. But what no one expected, not the fans, not BET, not even Remy's closest people, was what happened just hours later. Because while the world was reeling from what they'd seen, a second video surfaced. And this time, it wasn't from backstage. It was from a hotel room. The internet hadn't even caught its breath from the hallway video when the hotel footage dropped. At exactly 2:14 a.m., a private YouTube account with 0 subscribers uploaded a 53-second clip titled simply, "Room 721 Proof." It barely stayed up for 17 minutes before being taken down. But not before the internet did what it does best: screen record, repost, and explode. In the clip, Claressa Shields and Papoose are seen inside what appears to be a hotel suite. The timestamp? 2 nights before the BET Awards. The location? A luxury hotel in downtown LA, just 5 minutes from where the awards rehearsals were happening. Claressa is barefoot, sitting on the bed. She's in a white, oversized tee. Papoose is pacing near the minibar. He's not wearing a wedding ring. You can hear parts of the conversation, low but clear enough to catch one line that changed everything. "Claressa, you said you left her emotionally months ago. Why do you freeze up every time I say US?" Papoose, long pause. "Claressa, you made your choice the moment you showed up here." She starts to cry. Papoose walks over, sits beside her, rubs her back, leans in. Then the camera jolts. Someone moved it. End of clip. Twitter went nuclear. Oh, it was real. That man was in that hotel room like he was home. Claressa wasn't a side chick. She was a full storyline. Remy snapped for a reason. It was no longer just a messy backstage altercation. Now, it was infidelity, lies, betrayal, emotional warfare. And the people weren't just reacting, they were choosing sides. Hashtag Team Remy trended first, led by angry women who've been that girl. The one who gave years, loyalty, forgiveness, just to be humiliated by whispers and footage. Y'all love dragging black women until they defend themselves. That girl smiled in Remy's face and slept with her husband.
Nah.
Not letting that slide. Y'all forgot Remy went to prison. That woman been holding pain. But then came #StandWithClaressa, a wave of fans, boxing enthusiasts, and women's rights advocates demanding justice. No matter the backstory, you don't assault someone and leave them in ICU. That woman may never fight again. This is career-ending trauma. Remy Ma isn't a hero. She's a cautionary tale. Meanwhile, BET was panicking. Multiple sponsors reportedly pulled out within 48 hours. One PR rep admitted off the record, "We were hoping to sweep this under the rug, but once that hotel video leaked, it was over." Now legal teams are involved, not just for Remy, but for Papoose too. A civil attorney connected to Claressa's camp revealed that an investigation has opened into emotional coercion and career sabotage. Apparently, Claressa's team believes Papoose manipulated her into an affair, only to ghost her last minute, making her vulnerable and distracted during the biggest week of her year. He used her as a weapon, played both sides. And now one woman's in jail, and the other is in recovery. And the most disturbing part? A new leak. This time, a text message from Papoose to a third unknown number sent the night after the hotel footage was recorded. "I handled both. The awards will be the end of it." Nobody knows what handled means. And nobody knows who he sent that to. Meanwhile, Remy Ma was being transferred from local LAPD holding to a county facility. No bond. One source described her as cold and still. She didn't cry. She didn't shout. She just said, "Get me my lawyer." But here's where it gets even more twisted. One of Remy's former assistants, who was fired just 2 months ago, has come forward with notes and voice memos that she claims prove Remy knew about the affair for months and planned retaliation. One recording, dated weeks before the BET Awards, includes Remy muttering to herself, "He keeps lying, keeps saying it's nothing, but I see how she looks at him. I know what this is. She think I'm soft? I'll show her." So, was it premeditated? Was Claressa lured into that hallway on purpose? One Reddit post that's gone viral suggests the BET production crew may have been manipulated too. It shows an alleged crew note assigning Claressa's green room directly beside Remy's, with a handwritten comment, "Keep talent close, builds tension." The signature? Illegible, but it sparked conspiracy theories online. They staged this for ratings. Remy got played by producers and her man. This whole award show was a setup. Even fans who were staying silent before now started speaking. A hairstylist who worked Claressa's look that night revealed, she was nervous. Kept saying, "If anything happens, I didn't do it." Like she knew something was coming. And now, people are rewatching old interviews, old tweets, trying to trace the cracks that were always there. But just when the world thought they had figured it all out, another name came up. And this time, it wasn't Remy. It wasn't Papoose. It wasn't even Claressa. It was Fat Joe. Yep. The man who stood beside Remy for decades. Her mentor. Her big brother. The one who swore he'd ride for her no matter what. According to court documents filed just a day after Remy's arrest, Fat Joe has been named as a potential character witness, not for Remy, but for Claressa.
Why?
Because allegedly, he warned her. In a DM dated back in April, Fat Joe supposedly messaged Claressa, "Whatever y'all doing, cut it out." This woman got nothing left to lose. So now the question is, did he know this would happen? Was he trying to stop it, or just cover his own name? Either way, it's too late. Because Claressa Shields is still in the hospital. Doctors are monitoring potential brain trauma. She's been unresponsive to media, fans, even her own sister. And Remy Ma? No official statement. No apology. Just silence. But rumor has it, her team is preparing a private documentary. Remy's side. Unfiltered. And insiders say she's not taking all the blame. Because according to Remy, someone put her in that hallway on purpose. And now she's ready to name names. It's been 7 days since the BET Awards incident. 7 days since Claressa Shields hit the ground. 7 days since Remy Ma was placed in handcuffs. And still, the silence is louder than any statement. Claressa hasn't posted. Her Instagram went dark the same night the footage leaked. No stories, no promo, no replies. Sources close to her camp say she's still in the hospital, under 24/7 observation. Doctors are monitoring swelling near the brainstem, and Claressa is reportedly unable to walk without assistance. Her team says she's alert but emotionally shut down. A nurse from the ICU, anonymously, told a blogger. She keeps repeating, "Why me? Why her?" Like she doesn't understand how it got here. She was supposed to headline a July fight in Las Vegas. Now, that contract is void. Her career, at least for now, is frozen in time. Remy Ma, on the other hand, has been transferred to a secure psychiatric wing for mental evaluation. Why? Because the reports from jail weren't normal. She hadn't eaten for 3 days. She refused to shower. She wouldn't even speak to her lawyer. According to correction staff, she just sat in the corner of her holding cell, mumbling the same phrase over and over again. "He made me look crazy." And then she asked for a pen, not to write an apology, not to file a plea, but to write a letter. Not to Claressa, not to BET, not even to Papoose. She wrote it to her son. The contents haven't been fully released, but a courtroom source says the final line read, "Don't ever give your love to someone who makes you question your sanity." That letter was marked as evidence in her upcoming trial. But while all this unfolded, Papoose stayed quiet. For a full week, he said nothing. No statements. No press. Until day 7. That's when he dropped a black and white video on his IG, no caption, titled, "When Love Becomes a Weapon." In the 2-minute clip, Papoose stands alone on a rooftop. Wind blowing. He speaks straight into the camera. "I made mistakes. I wasn't perfect. But I never wanted this. To the woman I loved for years, I never meant to break you. To the one I found comfort in, I never meant to damage you. To the public, I know what y'all think. But there's always more than what the camera shows. And sometimes love destroys everything it touches." He ends the video with a simple look into the camera and silence, and then turns away. The comments? Devastating. "Nah, this man cheated, instigated a fight, then tried to drop a poetic monologue." This is emotional manipulation in 4K. He's more camera-ready than remorseful. And while fans dragged him, again, Claressa's family wasn't staying quiet anymore. Her cousin posted a story saying, "Tell the truth, Pap. Tell them what you planned. Or, do we need to drop the audio too?" Wait, what audio? That's when things spiraled again. A major podcast, The Industry Breakdown, released a voicemail allegedly sent from Papoose to Claressa 1 week before the BET Awards. In it, he says, "Listen, I need you to hold it down till next week. Don't do anything public. Let's keep it clean. After the awards, we can move how we want. I just need Remy to cool down. Once the show passes, we good." Wait. So he knew Remy was on edge? He knew something might happen, and still brought Claressa into that space? One comment summed it up best. He didn't just cheat. He lined them both up. Played peacekeeper while lighting the fire. Now, the internet's calling it what it is. A setup. Remy was baited. Claressa was exposed. And Papoose. He walked away clean. Or so he thought. Because after that voicemail dropped, BET issued an emergency press release confirming that Papoose's name had been removed from all promotional content. Not only that, but a restraining order was filed on Claressa's behalf. Against Papoose. Emotional trauma. Indirect manipulation. Public endangerment. 3 charges. 1 ex-husband. 0 accountability, at least for now. Meanwhile, Remy's trial date has been moved forward. She'll be facing second-degree assault, public endangerment, and intent to harm. But get this, her legal team just subpoenaed a new witness. Someone no one expected. Easy the block, Captain. Why? Because he claims Papoose sent him texts months ago warning about Remy losing it and encouraging him to distract her. Wait. So now we've got a love triangle, a leaked hotel tape, a brain trauma victim, a silent rapper turned fake life coach. and a courtroom case with enough betrayal to greenlight a Netflix series. So what happens next? Well, according to courtroom insiders, Remy might not plead guilty. Instead, her team is considering a mental health defense, citing emotional instability, betrayal trauma, and repeated gaslighting from her husband. And Claressa? Still in rehab, still broken. But a nurse said she recently asked for her boxing gloves to be brought to the hospital room. No camera, no media, just muscle memory, wrapping her hands, tightening the tape, like she's trying to feel like herself again. And the craziest part? Papoose hasn't been seen in public since. His last post? That rooftop video. Since then, nothing. No shows. No interviews. No new music. Just an unanswered question left behind in the ashes. Who really caused all this? Because Remy snapped. Claressa suffered, but he orchestrated it. And now, he's gone. So now you've seen it all. The fall of a rap legend. The silence of a champion. And the man who sparked it all simply walked away. This wasn't just about jealousy or betrayal. This was about how love turns into war when pride, fame, and silence fuel the fire. Remy Ma acted out, but was she pushed there? Claressa Shields was hurt, but was she set up? And Papoose, well, he orchestrated it like a man who's done this before. And that voicemail? It wasn't just words. It was a blueprint. So we ask you honestly, was this karma, or was someone pulling strings from the very beginning? Did Remy snap on her own, or was this exactly what someone wanted to happen? Speech balloon, what would you have done if you were in her place? Directed, are you Team Remy? Team Claressa? Or are you done with Papoose altogether? Thumbs up like this video if the truth shook you. Bell, subscribe, because this isn't the end.